Jimmy. Jimmy, come on, Jimmy. Come on, Jimmy. Good boy. Jimmy, come on, move. So, you know, last week, Red, we did that video of, what did we make?
You made a bowl?
A bowl, that's right. Went down and I trimmed it and put it on my slip.
Yeah.
So this time, we're going to do a, I'll make a plate.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay.
Show the viewers what they came for.
So, everybody, thanks again for starting to watch. And, hey, Red, do we need to explain about what we're going to do again about the... We're going to do a clip.
We're going to post...
I'll say it. I'll do the abbreviated version.
Okay.
So, not me, but Red. Red, come here, Red.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. Come here, Red. So, Jane Brown, my assistant, she does everything.
I try.
She's going to put a clip of this on Instagram and then a link to the full video on my YouTube channel.
Yes, a link to the full video in the caption of the Instagram post to the YouTube channel.
Yeah, exactly what Red said.
You all have to go watch it because I said so. That's what it is.
Do I pay you for making those statements?
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe no, I don't know.
So, I think this is about 4.5 pounds of clay.
Okay, perfect.
And we talked about wedging, y'all who saw the last video, we talked about wedging, so I don't guess I have to do that, talk about that.
So will you be throwing off the hump again today?
No, I'm going to use all of this to make a plate.
Okay.
And my plates are usually, you know, bigger than, I mean, a regular dinner plate's about 9.5 or 10 inches.
Mm-hmm.
This makes something a little bit bigger, but also I trim a pretty hefty foot ring.
Right.
So
Okay.
I need more clay.
I see. That makes sense.
So like when this thing shows on the YouTube channel, y'all, if you have questions, how do I say
Leave
that?
them in the comments.
Leave them in the comment.
Yeah. And we'll make George sit down and answer them for you.
Oh,
We can put them in the next video. We can reply to the comments. We'll figure it out.
Okay. I don't know how to do that.
That's okay.
Okay.
We'll figure it out. So George, do you always throw with your ring on? Do you ever take your ring off to throw? You do?
It doesn't get in the way.
No?
No.
Nice. And you're opening the clay right now? Is that what that's called?
When I open this, the way I make a plate is I make sort of thing looks like a dog bowl.
Okay.
And then I lay that down into a plate form.
Ah.
So.
Hope everyone caught that at home.
Say that again?
I said I hope everyone caught that at home.
Was it clear?
I think so.
Okay.
I hope they got it. If not, you can rewind the video, I guess.
And then when you... Another educational thing.
Oh, perfect.
When you have something that's wide, it's extremely important to make sure that y'all compact the bottom. And I mean more than one time. So we'll go over that part.
Okay.
So I initially do that compacting like this with my hands.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm going to bring this out a little bit more. And then I'm just going to make that dog bowl shape.
Okay. Dog bowl shape time.
Yeah. And then I want to compact the lip, keep that compacted like that. Make that shape a little bit more. So it looks like a bowl, but it ain't. It's going to be a plate.
Right.
Now.
You're throwing people off.
The compacting thing.
Mm-hmm.
So.
What is that called?
This is actually my favorite rib. I mean, I make tools.
Mm-hmm.
I also make ribs, but I normally make trimming tools and these wooden modeling tools.
Okay.
This is my favorite. It's a Kemper Black kidney rib, it's called.
Mm.
And I don't know that they make this anymore. They have some stiff ones, but this is really my favorite.
Why is it your favorite?
I just love its pliability.
Oh, another big word.
Yeah.
We should have a big word.
So I know you probably can't see this.
No, but can you explain to him what you're doing?
Well, I'm compacting the bottom, just starting in the middle.
And you're just pushing down and out?
I'm thinking that people should see this.
Okay, you want me to bring it up close?
I think what we do is come in and look at this, not me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can make that work.
Okay.
But what if I want to see you, George?
No, really, I should have thought that before. It's best to see this thing.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm just going to compact that. And I do want to say this important thing. I use water like everybody else, but my work is never wet.
Right.
I throw and then I use a rib, and y'all can see that. All that goo, that's unnecessary.
Okay.
So I take all that stuff off. In that, plus I don't like those finger marks on my pots. So I clean all that off.
We can see.
Okay, all right. Now, here's the big deal. Here it comes. Wait a minute. So I have like all of y'all, I mean, I throw with a sponge, but I don't have fancy sponges. I mean, this is like the $1.29 sponge. And then I use the sheetrock sponges.
Oh.
But also, I mean, I have these fancy elephant ear things, but I hardly ever use them.
Wow. Those do
A
look
friend of
very
mine,
fancy.
Ann Dancer, makes these for me. They're
Oh.
wool felted throwing things, throwing rags. I like using those. So, here we go. This is going to happen right. Happens fast.
Happens fast.
Ready?
Everyone pay attention.
I'm going to take my black rib.
Uh-huh.
You ready?
I'm ready.
I ain't joking. I'm going to do this, y'all.
Okay.
Okay.
Whoa. That seemed like magic. That was quick.
I mean, everybody does this. It's not magic.
Seems like magic to me.
So, now, here's the skinny. I want to do something to that lip.
Okay.
So this is there's a plate. I mean, you could, I don't do this at all, but people take a chamois, or a piece of plastic bag, and they, see
Yes.
that right there by my white slip, there's a little piece of chamois, right, that's it. So I'll show y'all, I never do this. I just happen to have, I finally found this in my toolbox somewhere. But you can take a chamois, and do that and round the lip, but I don't want to have a round lip. So what I do is, I got some water in it. I want to get that water out. Get rid of that water.
Okay.
And then I kind of dry my hands.
Do you go through a lot of pants, George?
Yeah. I put them on the fence and squirt them off with a hose
Ah.
and then wash them.
That makes sense.
But in somebody else's house.
Right, obviously. We don't want that in our yard.
So that, I forgot to tell you, that's going to be your job next.
Oh,
Yeah.
just wash clothes?
Yeah.
I could do that.
Okay.
I'm pretty handy.
I'm joking. Please understand, that's purely a joke.
It's always a joke. Until it's not a joke.
Yeah. So I like to rub that, like so. And then for the lip, I keep looking at you. I need to be looking at everybody. Now it's
180.
125,800,000.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, obviously.
So I just like to take that lip and go like that.
Just kind of pulling it.
So now, here's a lot of people. Are you seeing? Tell me.
I see you and the
Okay.
bat.
We all know what bats are. And if I make something really big, I'll throw it on a bat. I hardly ever throw plates on a bat.
Okay.
So I'm going to show y'all. There are two ways to pick it up off the wheel with your hands without a bat. I'm going to show you. I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to try to just put it down and show the second way.
Okay.
So I'm going to cut it off. So here's the way that I do it all the time, y'all. I just lift up like that. And Red, I'm about to put it on that bat.
Okay, I'll move back.
So, but can you see me? I'm going to peel it up.
Yes.
I peel it up and I put it down.
Wow.
So I'm going to show the other way, but I never do this way number 2.
Okay.
I'm going to put this back. The other way is you just do this. Actually do that and put it down.
Okay. And why don't
really,
you...
if you know, my pots are never flat, but it hasn't been misshapen. Am I seeing
Now
that?
you are.
It hasn't been misshapen from my own misshapenness from the beginning.
Right.
Yeah. So let's put some. I'm just
right.
going to go by you. I'm coming back though. I got to go way to the other side of the studio.
Way to the other side. It's really long ways.
Yeah, it takes about 5 minutes.
Yeah,
to
it's
get
like
over
a
there.
mile-long walk, but George is...
Okay, now I'm back. Yeah. So we should, at some point we'll do a Majolica video.
Okay.
But one of the ways I work is wet on wet. And then I do decoration on bone dry work, bone dry clay. Then I do decoration with Majolica on discware.
Okay.
So this will be wet on wet. So we'll put some white slip on there. And as my dear friend Cindy Stevens likes to call this, she said, this is the magic.
This is the magic.
Yeah.
This is where it happens.
So now I got to go way over there to get something else.
I'll see you in
Okay,
20 minutes.
20 minutes.
Gosh.
Okay.
Oh, here it comes. Coming back.
Now, and I know that all y'all know this, but since the early 80s, I've been using Amico underglaze because I think it's the best.
All right. You've heard it here first, folks. Best
I'm
glaze.
sure they hear that from a lot of people.
Well, you heard it here the best from George.
So we'll just do, I'm a big fan of white and a big fan of black. So we'll just do some black decoration.
Okay.
Oh, George, you're not using a sponge.
Yeah, why are you using your finger,
No,
George?
you're not using a brush. Say that thing.
George, you're not using a brush.
No, don't need a brush.
Oh.
No, I have brushes, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
But you just don't need one.
No, there's a different, this is just a different effect altogether.
Now, are you getting white on your finger and putting it back in there? Is that going to cause problems?
I keep trying to wipe it off there.
Oh, I see.
Y'all, I'm going to say this to her, but I want y'all to listen. Red, you know very little about ceramics.
I do.
I'm impressed with that question.
Oh, thank
I
you.
am not joking.
Thank you. I try.
All the times we work together, you come up with things that...
You told me I asked the best question. Oh, thank you.
Man.
Makes me feel nice.
Okay. So, all right. So there's simple, everybody can do that.
Everyone can do that.
Finger painting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jimmy could do finger painting.
So, and you know what? All y'all who are watching, I actually have a plate that I'm going to trim.
Oh.
So, it's about like this. So I'm going to trim it. I trim them on the wheel head.
Okay. So that one's done for right now. She's got to dry and whatnot.
And
She's
I'll
done.
trim it later.
Right.
Yes.
Well, it looks wonderful. Can you give everyone a nice close-up?
You mean like this?
Oh, not that far down.
Oh.
Right about there. Look at that, everyone. Amazing work by George.
Thank you, Red. Thank
of course.
You. Thank you. Okay, so now, I know that everybody knows what these are too. When I trim plates, the other video that was about trimming the T-bowl, I put let's call it a piece of clay on my banding wheel and trimmed so that I don't ding the lip. For plates, I don't do that on the wheel. I put this on the wheel head.
And what is that called? Because I don't know what that is.
Well, this is really a bat also. It just happens to have a piece of foam glued to it.
Oh.
And everybody knows what these are.
Oh, okay.
And my dear friend Billy Van Gilder, he's a tool maker as well as a magnificent potter. He sells these things. This one I made, but he sells the real deal.
Oh, this is
He's got the real one. Yeah. I love Billy. So I got to do one thing first. I got to do this. Don't go away.
Not going anywhere.
I mean, I want it to be interesting, but this is all part of the process.
Yeah, you got to know the process. It can't just be so cut and clean all the time.
Exactly. So I put some, in order to get this thing on there, I just put some pieces of clay there. I guess I don't have to say there.
There.
It's obvious.
I don't think
people are watching.
I mean, yeah, but it's good to have some clarifying words as well.
And I do center this thing.
Okay. Because you're going to be, it's going to be moving the whole time, yeah.
Because unlike trimming on the banding wheel, where with those T-bowls, I'm not concerned that it's centered. I want this to be centered.
And did you just tap center it right now?
Well, no, I tap centered it, then I stuck it down like that.
Right, okay. I see.
Okay, now, I'm going to I got to go over to the wet area to get the plate.
The 20 minutes across the studio.
Yeah. Look, I lost my flower.
Oh. It's there in spirit. Get that out of here. Looks lovely.
It's a little bit soft.
Oh, what does that mean?
I mean, it needs to really... It's a little bit soft.
Uh-oh, George.
That's okay. We're doing it anyway.
Okay, if you insist.
Is that it? Okay.
Looks good.
Oh, so I think I'll use one of my Japanese tools.
Okay. I think that's a great call.
Red, do you mind?
Yes.
The bigger one that looks like this. That one. Yes. Okay. Thank you, Red.
Sure, of course.
In this video, have you come here yet?
I did.
You sure?
I'm sure.
Okay. So, I mean, this really is too soft.
Uh-oh.
But that's okay. So
George is a rebel, in case you didn't know.
I'm a dadgum iconoclast.
Obviously.
Okay, y'all. So you saw in the other video the tools that I use to trim the T-bowls are tools that I make. I do not make these. And I think there's a Japanese tool site on the internet that you can buy these.
Just look them up.
But I got them in Japan.
Yeah, George has been to Japan how many times?
140.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man. Basically live there at this point.
So,
I think I'm going to come up a little closer. That's
and I'm doing really the same procedure that I did trimming the T-bowl, but it's just maybe more
refined.
Thank you.
Yes, of course. More refined.
Yeah. I do make plates that I trim there, but this is the plates that I trim by hand on the banding wheel, y'all, they're funkier than this. So this would maybe a little bit more refined presentation. Yeah. So I'm defining the foot and just take a little bit of clay out of there.
Okay.
Now, I hate it when I trim through the bottom. Everybody
Me too.
does.
Everyone does.
Yeah. See, this is still really soft.
A little too soft, some might say.
Yep. No, I love the sound of this wheel.
I do too. It's very
soothing. I hope y'all
soothing.
can hear that. Yeah. So I have to tap it to make sure how thick it is, you know. Oh. Almost. That's close. Getting there. That's really close.
It's really close.
But think about this, everybody. If you trim like I do, you can still go back and trim some more when it's leather hard.
That's true.
If you have to fix it.
You got two chances.
Yeah. But I try not to do that, y'all. So I just want to get it. I don't want to have to go back. Because you got other stuff to do.
Yeah, we're busy people out here.
And, you know, we only get paid to trim it once.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think this is going to be good.
You know, coming from an expert over here, me and Jimmy think it looks great.
Jimmy, is it okay? Good boy, Jimmy.
Jimmy says yes.
Okay, now I showed y'all. Oh, Red.
Hmm?
Over yonder is the Japanese tool that has that curve in it.
This one.
That one. That one.
This
Yeah. So this tool, and again, I don't make this tool. I can, but I'm not about to. I'm not about to do that. I like to take this. Can you see what I'm
You can.
I'm undercutting that. And gosh, there's a reason I'm going to do this. Okay. Now, again, you know, you trim their edges, they're crisp. I don't like those edges, so I'm going to take that off right there first. And then I'm going to ease that inside edge like that. Instead of it being trimmed and cut vertically, I like that to be soft.
Okay.
And then the same thing here. I just ease that edge. And when you do it like this, you know, it's not all the same. And I like that. So I think that's... Now, I noticed one thing. Can you see that line right there?
Yes.
I don't like, that comes like that and then boom, there's that. I want the transition to be from there without that little shelf.
Okay.
So, I'm going to just, you know, with my hand, just get, and turn the wheel like this.
Okay.
Got rid of that. Okay, now, because it's really soft, the way I take the plate and put it on a bat is I do that.
Oh.
I mean,
innovative.
everybody does this. I mean, everybody flips pots, but I want to say I don't, my purpose in saying that, y'all, is I don't try to lift it up because it's soft, but I'll lift that up and do that.
Wow.
And do that.
Incredible.
But I think what I want to do, I think I'm going to do a little decoration.
A little decoration?
Put a little more magic on there.
Magic.
So I want to use a different brush. These brushes, I mean, I bought them in Japan, Korea, and China. They're not ceramic brushes. They're trim brushes for house painting.
Oh.
But because it's a little bit bigger, I'm going to use a bigger brush. And so we do this. Now I'm going to put some black in there.
Mm.
Put some black in there. But I want to do this first. So that way, so a little bit about, let's say, functional pottery, let's say history. Many of us, when we learned how to make pots, we would make a plate, and then when it was on the wheel, we'd take some tool, you know, and make a line there. You know. I mean, this is on the wheel, so the line would be concentric.
Right.
And what that was, you know, that was your glaze line.
Oh.
So often you would glaze in that and leave that bare, or you would glaze that and glaze that in another glaze color. It was purely, you know, decorative.
A style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so I'm doing the same thing. I'm just doing it.
Not with a tool with your hand.
Yeah.
I see.
But I want to get rid of that line for the most part. Okay. Now. Oh, got to go back. Y'all got to go way yonder to the glaze.
To the end. To the other end of the studio.
To the what?
To the...
What brand?
Oh. I forgot what it's called.
What brand?
What brand
Amico.
is it? Amico.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Shake it first. Oh, Jimmy.
Good boy, Jimmy. Okay. Okay, here we go. A lot of people ask me about doing this kind of thing that, well, that's really nothing. Anybody can do that. I want to tell y'all, read my dear friend Tony Clennell's post today, I think it's Instagram, about anybody can do that. Y'all read that, follow Tony, read this post. It explains everything. But no, everybody can't do this.
No.
It took 59 years to do this.
Yeah.
So, there you go. And I'm just being honest. I'm not saying like this is the most wonderful decoration anybody's ever done, but it's how I decorate.
Exactly, it's your style.
And most importantly, everybody, you know, people, let's say I do a workshop, and the questions are, you know, do you work fast? How many pots do you make, etc. And do you try to make good pots all the time? I don't know how to sit at the wheel and say, I'm going to make the best plate I've ever made. I don't know how to do that. My philosophy is I sit at the wheel, I make a bunch of plates, and then I decide which ones are good. Mm-hmm. But I'm that way about all the pots I make. So, just to repeat myself, I think this is very expressionistic, but understand, it comes from years of just being an intuitive worker.
I see.
Okay, so, and then, you know, next this will be trimmed and fired.
Yeah.
And be worth, you know, I don't know, $8,500.
Obviously.
Did we raise the price?
I think so. I think we should.
Well, we'll talk about that at the staff meeting.
Okay.
Okay.
All
right, everybody. Thanks for watching. We'll see y'all next time. And listen, when it's on the YouTube channel, ask questions. You know, call me, email me, whatever you want to do. Okay.
Alrighty.
And listen, Red, thank you for filming.
Of course, anytime.
Jimmy, thank you, Jimmy. Okay, buddy.
Alrighty, we'll see you later, George. Bye-bye.